Yo, what is up? What is the deal? What is up? What is the deal? Hey, man, listen here. Hold on, wait a minute now. Wait a minute now. Wait a minute now. Man, wait a minute now. Hey, what is the deal? Let me some of y'all come quick. Hey, H-Town, what's good with you, baby? What's good? What's good with you, baby? Hey, what's good with you? What's good? What is good? What is really, really good? What is good? Uh, man. Make sure that like button. I'm gonna let some of y'all go up in here real quick, but oh snap, Baltimore just fumbled. Man. H-Town stand up. H-Town Blue, you know what I'm saying? H-Town Blue. You know what I'm saying? H-Town stand up, baby. Say H-Town with the win. Yeah. The Texans defeat the Buffalo Bills 23-20. In the game, to be honest, it shouldn't even been that close. If I want to be completely honest with y'all, man, that day shouldn't have been. Come down a little bit. Game shouldn't have been as close as it was. Glad we got the dub. Now we're 4-1. It's a huge swing because, like I said on Friday, it be the difference between you being potentially the 1 or 2 seed versus you being the 4 seed, and you got to go into Buffalo, go into some of these other places when it comes to in the second round. But like I said, the Texans were able to win this game 23-20. These are the numbers from the game because the numbers and then the score don't really match. But we'll talk about it in a minute. So C.J. Stroud was 28 of 38 for 73.7 completion percentage, threw for 331 yards, 1 touchdown, had an uncharacteristic interception. Like he was throwing, I think he was throwing to the Bengals missed the field goal. Wow. He was throwing to, if I'm not mistaken, I think he was throwing to Stephon Diggs. Had a quarterback rating of 97.6. Had 27 yards rushing, and also had a key fumble that almost cost the game. A key lost fumble. Had 9 rushes for 42 yards and a touchdown. Dory becoming the clutch. It was 15-30, but had some good runs, especially down the stretch. Also was targeted 7 times, had 6 catches for yards. I mean that drop was a bad drop he had, but I mean he was coming up. Anytime Dory made a play, it was when it definitely needed. Stephon Diggs was targeted 8 times, had 6 catches for 82 yards. Nico Collins, saying it for the past couple of weeks, the best receiver in the NFL. Only targeted 2 times, 2 catches for 78 yards and a touchdown. And on that touchdown, end up getting hurt. And in the first quarter, 60-yard touchdown, ended up getting hurt, and like we haven't seen him anymore in the game. I think it was a hamstring issue, and his presence not being on the field definitely was shown. And wow, look at Derrick Henry. Wow. Uh, the Tank Dell was targeted 4 times, had 4 catches for 34 yards. Xavier Hutchinson actually made some key plays as well. Targeted times at 2 catches for 31 yards. Dalton Schultz targeted 6 times for 4 catches, 34 yards, and got some key first downs later on in the game. Now this is what, like I say, that's Texas numbers. Then we go to the Bills. Josh Allen was 9 of 30, only having 30%. 31 yards, a touchdown, and the quarterback rating of 56. Also had 54 yards rushing. Cooks had 20 carries for 82 yards and a touchdown. Keon Coleman was targeted 5, had 1 catch, a 49-yard touchdown. Dalton Kincaid was targeted 6 times, 2 catches for 34 yards, and Hollins was targeted 6 times for 2 catches for 27 yards. And then we were only able to sack Josh Allen once. This is the thing. I seen some. Hey, shout out to Willie Boy for the super chat love that. Kaimi, we trust. Bill. Kaimi, we trust. The man, salute. Already, man. Appreciate you for the super chat love. Definitely appreciate that. Definitely appreciate that for super chat. Yeah, Kaimi came in clutch, just like the last time we beat the Buffalo Bills in the play game. Kaimi got the game-winning field goal, and the Baltimore Ravens beat the Bengals in overtime. Man, but yeah, like I was saying, like Kaimi had a definitely definitely what you call it, a game-winning kick. I mean, he had it was a 59-yard field goal. He had another 50-plus yard field goal in the game. I think he had 41, and then he had a 50-plus yard field goal in the game too. Also coming in clutch. And I want to get to that last field goal because there's some hidden things to this game, and I want to backtrack. I want to start with the first half. The first half was a masterful first half. The Texans was able to put up 17 points, and the Texans were up at one point in this game 20-3. Like let's not get this. Don't ignore in victory what you would in defeat. The Texans led this half at 17-3. They kicked the field goal going into halftime. 17-3. Got the football out. Got the football coming into the second half. And I see more people going up. Make sure you're hitting the like button. Getting the football coming out of the second half, and they go down in the first half. Able to get a field goal. So the Texans are up 20-3. This should have been a performance. The way Josh Allen played, the way that you held Josh Allen to 39, of 9 of 30, the worst performance of his career. 9 of 30. Well, he had like 20, like 15 straight incompletions to end the game. Like, he could not complete a football pass. We were able to stop him. We were able to stop him. But we constantly stopped ourselves. Our team was gonna have a clean game. And for the first half, no penalties at all on offense or defense. Some ticky tack penalties like that penalty to Dalton Schultz. I thought was the unnecessary roughness, like taunting. I thought that was a stupid call. I thought that was a dumb penalty. Him just flip it wasn't anything malicious. He was just flip the ball and somebody just happened to be there. Just like last week when I think it was Brian Thomas. Brian Thomas did the first down marker like he was shooting a gun, and they gave them a penalty. I thought that was stupid too. Again, it benefited us, so I'm cool with it. I was cool with it because it benefited us, but I thought that was dumb. I thought that was dumb last, and I thought that this one with Dalton Schultz was dumb too, and it almost cost us. Almost cost us. But in the second half, we started getting penalties. It's like zero penalties in the first, like I said, zero penalties in the first half. Remember, the most penalized team in the NFL. Tell me why in the second half, we had 7 penalties for 65 yards. Still under our average in 10 penalties a game. But we got 0 penalties in the first half, and we made all that up in the second half. Now, I think some of the penalties were, Now, I hope that this game kind of disbunked the whole disbunked the whole color. Larry Tunsil got called for holding twice last week and had some red gloves, and it was that I heard the commentator. It was what's his name, McCourty. McCourty said it in the game, and then I seen some people saying on Twitter, and I seen like Seth and Sean Pendergrass talk about it all week, talk about red gloves and color gloves and all that type of stuff like that. And I seen people talking about it on Twitter. All because of what McCourty said about, that gets you caught, that gets you caught. And repeating that same rhetoric. And I'm like, that's so stupid because you very rarely play a team that has the same colors as you. So what, you going to go out there and wear that opposing team's colors? Like you can't do that. Not even going to allow you to do that. Like when we play the Dolphins, we can't wear no teal color. We don't have my uniform. We can't wear no teal. When we play the Jets, we can't wear green. Like you can't do that. Like you can't do that. Like, you can wear white, black, because those you wear white and black, and then obviously whatever your team colors are. And that's why we were able to wear the light blue, because the light blue was in our jerseys today. So you got to be able to just not to have to make this to a fashion statement, but you have to go to run the rules of the NFL for one. And Shaq Mason got off for a hold. He had on white gloves. The Bills had on white jerseys. So from what y'all were saying, he shouldn't have got a hold because you wouldn't be able to see his hands. but they still seen the hole. And then what you call it on defense? Sewell got caught for a defensive hold. Had white gloves on. Just a sidebar, just to hope that kind of debunked that theory, because I just thought when it was brought up last week, when McCourty said it, I thought it was dumb. When I heard people repeat it on Twitter, I thought it was dumb. And then definitely when I heard Gas and Seth Payne talk about it on the radio like ad nauseum last week, I thought it was even more stupid. So just to put that out there. But to me, I think probably was the worst penalty of penalties was the last penalty that we got. The penalty was the last penalty that we got on the intentional grounding. He was thrown in the area of Tank Dale and Dalton Schultz. That was not intentional grounding. I don't care what no one said. I don't care about, by the letter of the law. I don't care about none of that bull. I don't care about that. Was not intentional grounding. That was not intentional grounding. That was not intentional grounding at all. We was moving and grooving, and we was able to get ourselves in the field goal range, and they tried to stop it. That was grounded. But one, we shouldn't have been in that position, no way, because I'm completely convinced that Bobby Slowick is stupid. All jokes aside, I think Bobby Slowick is stupid, and Bobby Slowick does not need to OC. I know D'Amico Ryans is not, because he's like Kubiak, he's loyal to a fault. He needs to do something when it comes to Bobby. He needs to take away play calling duties. We definitely need him to get a job. It seems like I don't think it was a good thing to end up not getting the job, because Bobby is stupid. Before that play, you run the football on that almost last drive. You run the football. You get stopped behind the line of scrimmage for a 2-yard loss. Okay. Your next play, you run a screen. Now, it wasn't Stephon Diggs, but why are you running a screen when you're already down, when you're already down behind the sticks? You're behind the line of scrimmage, and you throw a pass that's going to even be more behind the line of scrimmage when you're in the position, when you're in a tie game, trying to get a game-winning field goal, put your team in scoring range to win the game. Why are you running a screen when the play is directly, you're throwing behind the line of scrimmage, when you're already two behind the original line of scrimmage, and it's second down? This is not 3rd and 4. It's not 2nd and 8. If it was 2nd and 8, that's different, because you're above you already are. That don't make no damn sense. Then, 3rd down, what was like 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5, whatever it was, on the play where they called season grounding. You go empty. You're in field goal range. The field goal, just like in the first half, is in your back pocket. You got the field goal right. You're already in field goal range. What you would probably want to do, you probably want to just make it maybe easier for Dalton, or you make it a little bit easier for Fairbairn. So, go empty. I have no problem with you going empty. Why are you throwing the football? I really thought they were about to do a quarterback draw. I really thought that they went empty. I really thought that they were going to go quarterback, because anything with CJ throwing the football could hurt you outside of a completion, obviously. Outside completion or incompletion. If it was a tip pass and knocks you out of field goal range, and what also happens, you get a penalty that knocks you out of field goal range. That don't make no sense. Just like, I agree, just like most people jumped ahead, but the likes ain't going up. That don't make no sense. Y'all act like we ain't just won. Come on now, we should be here happy, at the very least, that we won the football game. We beat the Bills, who are also 3-1. Hey, it should have been better. And I said it Friday against my better judgment. Not only was I picking us to win, I was picking us to go out there and have an explosion offense that I thought the offense that was promised. And the thing is, in the first half, we got the offense that was promised. Like CJ was out there moving and grooving. They was out there balling the first half. No penalties. Bobby was doing decent play calls. The offense was moving and grooving. It's like the absence of Nico, who I think is the best receiver in the league, really, really, really was massive. More massive than I thought. Like, Nico was that vital to the team, it seems like, which should, even though how it shouldn't be, the reason why it shouldn't be the case, because you got Tank and Stephon Diggs. Again, most teams would be happy to just if that's their regular offense. If that's their regular offense, they are happy that they got Nico Collins and Tank Dell, not to mention had C. Stroud as their quarterback. And they can put up points. Why is it a struggle for you to move the football? Why is it a struggle for you to score points? Well, I said the Texans are tied at 18th. Tied with Tennessee at 19, I think it was like 19.7 points a game. What was it? Let me see. I think it's 19.7. No, 19.8. They tied with Tennessee at 18th in scoring offense at 19.8 points a game. And you know what we got today? 23. Barely over that. Shout out to that boy Jeffrey Huff for the Super Chat love. Definitely appreciate that. It's a win, but a couple times I wanted to put I want to put my truck in. Yeah, bro. Don't do that to your truck, man. Hey, your truck your money maker. Hey, trust me. Hey. Don't do that to your truck, bro. Appreciate the Super Chat love, man. Shout out to my boy Jeffrey Huff for the Super Chat love. Another truck out there, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I feel you. Hey, us truckers gotta stick together, bro. But hey, man. Don't do that to your truck. Don't do that to your truck. Your truck your money maker. You need the truck, bro. Trust me, you need the truck. You need the truck. But hey, man, shout out to Jeff for Super Chat love. But hey, yeah, I mean, it was. I ain't gonna lie. It was a couple times in the fourth quarter. I'm like, that's game. That's game. Like that's game. That's game. That's game. A couple times. Like in the fourth quarter, I thought, hey, that's a game. That's a rapper snapper. Hey, shout out to that boy Chris for Super Chat love as well. Suspects and Texas Nation. That's all I have to say. Hey, Chris. Hey, no, wait, no, hey, no, hey, no. I really don't know, honestly. Y'all must have lost. Jacksonville won. Jacksonville won. I'm mad that Cincinnati lost because I really want Cincinnati to win. Because now Baltimore got 3. I needed Baltimore and Cincy and all that. Ah, the Jags won. Hey, the Jags. Hey, hold up, hold up. Hey, the Jags won. Hey, hold up. I don't know why a Texan fan is happy that the Jags won. You know why? Because I need the Colts to get no more wins. That's why. I don't need the Colts to be sitting up a divisional win at that. I don't need the Colts to be getting no divisional wins. Two, I don't need the Colts to get to 3 wins. I don't need the Colts to be just a game behind us and we play them in a couple weeks. Nah. I need y'all to sit where y'all at. I need y'all to sit where y'all at. Hey. But shout out to that boy Chris for Super Chat love. And shout out to everybody out there that said that told me the Jags won. Appreciate that. Appreciate that info and that intel. Definitely appreciate the information. But like when CJ was sitting up there, went empty, I'm like, okay, what they're probably gonna do is run run some type of, you know what I'm saying, like back draw or something like that, or CJ steps back and something to get CJ, because to get CJ possibly get the football down the middle, something like that, whatever the case may be, and be able to go out there, kick the field goal, and should be able to football game. But no, they elected to go for a pass, and It was just a bad decision. I didn't like the decision. I didn't like the penalty, but it shouldn't have been put in that situation no way. Because like I said, it was just a bad decision, and I'm convinced because it was another. I'm trying to think. It was another play too that he did that was dumb too. I'm like this. Bobby is an idiot. Bobby is stupid. Like Bobby really is stupid. Bobby's not smart. It's not even not even like a smart play caller. Bobby's just not smart. Like Bobby is just not smart. He doesn't do anything smart. Like he doesn't. He doesn't do anything smart. And it's more so that CJ and Nico bails you out more so than anything. And then CJ really, I don't know what happened to CJ. Just because CJ was grooving. CJ was grooving. I think CJ started off 10 for 10 for over 151 yards. CJ was moving and grooving. And those incompletions that he had early on was just, hey, let's get the football out the way. I'm saying it wasn't really like he was trying to complete. That's the reason why his completion percentage is still so high. Because the incompletions that he did have initially in the game was really him just throwing the football away. It wasn't like, oh, off it for the most part. Now he did have some, like I said, he had one for Dart that was dropped. He had one to Dalton Schultz that was just a bad throw from CJ. Like it was that, because like right after he threw it, because CJ knew once the football left his hands, it was a bad throw. It was completely off target. But the lost fumble when he didn't even actually get sacked. Like he just like bumped his elbow against somebody, flipped out his hand. They almost lost the game. If I'm not mistaken, that got them to get their field goal. That's what got them to get that field goal to tie the game. Uh, the interception was uncharacteristic. Like I said, somebody and Josh Allen. Josh Allen still has not thrown an interception this season. He came in this game 7 touchdowns, no interceptions. He got touchdown day, no interceptions. Now he does have 2 lost fumbles on the season. I think he had 2 lost fumbles week 1. So football over since week 1, but had a horrific game and was on the verge. And this is what I said, that this is not college football. Because in college, teams get blown out back to back. Teams in the NFL do not get blown out consecutively. That's why I knew that Jacksonville was not going to lose. That's why I knew Jacksonville wasn't going to get blown out last week. That's why I knew that Jacksonville weren't going to blow out Jacksonville last week. I knew it was going to be a close game. It was, because teams get blown out in back-to-back games. Now, teams might get blown out multiple times in a season, but teams in the NFL do not get blown out back-to-back games. Jacksonville on Monday Night Football came into Houston and played well, had a 20-point lead. Well, not 20-point lead, but had the lead 20-17. Or was 20-17? Yeah, had the lead 20-17 in the game, and the Texans win the football game. So, didn't get blown out. Play well. Last week, Buffalo gets blown out by Baltimore. And it was of the trend, especially the way the first half went. Hey, Buffalo blown out. Josh Allen is playing horrifically. Because if I'm not mistaken, I don't know what he did. He got the touchdown the first. He got the touchdown the second half. I'm about to say, did he even get a completion? I think Josh Allen had like 2 complete half. If I'm not mistaken. Josh Allen had 2 completions in the second half. That's crazy. And they're down 20-3, but yet they end up still losing the game. But they tied it up at one point at 20-20. Just teams just in the NFL just do not get blown out in back-to-back weeks. It's crazy, I know, but it's the case. And the Texans did they part of making this game closer by CJ throwing the interception, by CJ fumble, by us having 7 penalties in the second half, and Bobby Slowick acting just, I don't know how to call plays. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to call plays. Oh, you're right. That's another thing too, because the fumble that CJ had, the reason why it was in short territory, because Robert Woods up there, Robert Woods feeling the punt inside the 5. Like, come on. I don't understand, like, why Mitch not back there. Really, to be honest, to be honest, put Tank back there. I don't. At this point, it doesn't matter about like you got. Well, I mean, well now we don't know what's going on. We don't know what's going on with Nico. We don't know. I know it's a hamstring, but we don't know how far Nico. Like, what's the implication of Nico being in and out? But this is what I'm saying. That because you got receivers, can't be back there and field the punts because punt return has hurt us tremendously this year. Like, because Steve Sims just wasn't doing anything, wasn't giving you no good returns, Steve Sims wasn't doing good, wasn't giving you nothing good, nothing positive on punt return, nothing good going from Steve Sims. Then he gave you a fumble. Then he also gave you unnecessary roughness or taunting, whatever it was, the penalty he got last week. And then today, now Robert Woods got a good return in the first half. Got you almost flip field position, put you in scoring range. You was able to put some points on the board. But after that, just bad decisions. Why are you fielding the punts? And why you got the 5? Why is you catching we had a call that we would not let the football go over our heads in 10 yards. And we're in 10. I mean, when we're in the 10 yard, we let the football go over our heads. When I play football, like, hey, you stay on the 10. Do not move. Do not field this punt. You is not a Dante Hall in my time. You is not Dante Hall. You ain't Devin Hester. Hey, you sit right there. You ain't Josh Cribbs. You let the football go over your head and let it bounce into the end zone. You let the football go over your head and bounce into the end zone. Because even if the football stops on the 5-yard line, even if it stops on the 5-yard line, I'd rather it stop on the 5-yard line and they field the punt than to stop on the 5-yard line and you have possession because anything crazy and funky and it could be a muff punt, any type of situation. We don't want what happened last week to happen again. Because if he would have dropped that punt and Buffalo scores a touchdown, the Texans probably don't have a win today. They probably don't have a win. Probably at 3-2 instead of being at 4-1. So that's what you don't want. That's what you don't want. And Robert Woods, I don't want Robert Woods feeling the punt no more either because obviously he can't make no decisions either. He can't make decisions. I would put Mechie out there. I know people talking about like Mechie don't have that twist, that burst no more. I don't care, honestly. I just want somebody I just want somebody not to up and not put our offense. Our offense already shoots themselves in the foot with penalties. Our offense already shoots themselves in the foot because Bobby Slow act like he don't know how to call plays. I don't need field positioning shooting yourself in the foot because of teams and not able to field punts. I don't want that to be the case either. I want our team to be in the best possible situation at the best possible time. I want our offense able to be going out there to be able to field punts and able to put our offense on good field position so we're able to move the football. So we're able to get scoring range because when the Texans offense ain't committing penalties, they score points. They score points easily. Easily moving the football down the field. Because even on that interception, the Texans actually offense was moving the football down the field. On CJ's interception, we moved the football. It's just CJ just made a bad decision, which he had 2 bad decisions today. Well, 2 bad throws. That was a bad decision, and then that was a bad throw. That he tried to throw to Dalton Schultz and it was an incompletion. Because that could have been direct disaster as well. And then Aziz Zaire, hey man, Josh Allen gave you 2 back to back. You gotta come up with that. Back to back. You gotta come up with that, bro. Back to back like Drake. Back to back. He gave you 2 freebies right in your hand. You gotta get them, bro. We got cash in. When a quarterback like Josh Allen, who will make a boneheaded decision, who will make a boneheaded play, you gotta take it because he's also the same type of guy who can make plays well. He's also a guy who can make plays and hurt you. Like on 4th down, we going for it on 4th down, and they give the football to And you're right, Coleman did step out of bounds. I think he stepped out of bounds with his heel being up, but I think it was one of those things because they called it a touchdown. I think it was if they would have called it out, they couldn't have held it because I do think his foot was up, but you can't tell if it went down. When he got closer to the end zone, his foot was in bounds. There was a slight blade blade of grass, a slight little blade of grass. So he was in. I do think that first one though, his heel, even though his heel was up, I do think he stepped out, or at the very least, it was extremely close. And I think things that like it was, however they called it, they called it on the field. They feel kind of like what I feel about that roughing they roughing the passer or no or like late hit hitting the defensive player on what's his name on Petrie on Josh Allen when Josh Allen slid. Like he pulled up. Like Petrie pulled up. Now his helmet did graze like his face grazed his helmet. So I guess by the letter of the law, it was a penalty by the letter of the law. But because it would have been helmet to helmet, it wasn't intentional. It was a like a quick what you call it. And I guess you shouldn't be in that situation. It was you could tell he was trying to pull up. He was trying to pull himself back, but I mean it just didn't go. Uh, like I said, the Texans was able to get the victory, and it looked like in the first half the Texans were looking like the Texans that I thought was potentially look. Like I thought this was going to be like I said, it's going to be a game. I thought it was going to be a game where CJ going to be out there just out there cooking. Like after that touchdown to Nico, like I said, we went down there, boom, Cam Akers scores a touchdown. Then boom, that 60-yard Nico. I thought it was going to be one of those days. I completely thought, oh yeah, this about to be one. It's about to be one of them days. It's about to be one of those days. It's about to be one of those. It's about to be one of those days where CJ gonna be out there just da, 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 slicing and dicing. I thought it was about to be one of those days. And CJ gonna be out there just because he was moving the different guys. Tank, everybody was getting involved. I thought it was gonna be one of those days. Like I said, he's gonna go out there and throw multiple touchdowns. Was only able to get one touchdown, and I don't know. Like we gotta find a way to get. Because Tank made some plays. Like I say, Xavier Hudson made some plays. He two big plays back to back. Dalton Schultz made some plays down the stretch. Uh, we just gotta find a way. We shouldn't be this dependent on Nico Collins. Even though I think Nico Collins is the best receiver in the league right now, we shouldn't be this dependent on Nico Collins. The offense should not stall out because 12 not out there. It shouldn't be. It should be. He should not be that valuable. Um, Same thing with Joe Mixon. I really thought that Joe Mixon played today. I thought like because he practiced the week before, I thought that I thought that Joe Mixon was gonna be able, I thought Joe Mixon was gonna be able to play today, and he wasn't. I do think of Joe Mixon because Dory actually had some good gaps in the runs too. I think if Joe Mixon would have played, I think Joe Mixon would have had like a 100-yard game, and probably if the Texans being up 20-3. If Joe Mixon plays, the score probably stays similar to that. Probably like a 27. It's probably like a 27 to like 13 game type situation. I think it's probably gonna be somewhere on those lines. If if Wichita was able to play, probably like say a 27 to 13 point game, a 27 to 13 game. But we're just not able to run the football. Like we can run the football well at all. And Bobby Slowick keeps on trying to run the football when you can't run the football. We don't have a running game. We don't. Cam, even though he looked decent and good in the preseason, Cam Akers just don't have the juice. He don't have the juice. Because Dari, because I'll be blocking, but Dari was able to have more juice than Cam. But I think Dari is better as a receiving threat than he is as a rusher. And we need somebody able to see them holes, able to burst, and able to get the football. I sound down, even though we won. I know it's crazy. Uh, I I sound down even though we won the football. Um, and I actually shouldn't because the Buffalo Bills are a good football team. And it didn't matter if it was an ugly win against the Buffalo Bills. Last week, we should have played better, and we didn't. This week, okay, cool. The score is whatever. But it's because of what happened in the first half versus what happened in the second half. Like you out them 17-3 in the first half, and then in the second half, they outscore you. Was it was 17-3? Yeah. They outscore you 17. They outscore you 17-6 in the second half. You outscored them 17 in the first half. They outscore you 17-6 in the second half. And Josh Allen played bad. Josh Allen played bad. Josh Allen just played bad. Remember, but Bills are Super Bowl contenders. They I'm more mad because we keep shooting ourselves in the foot. Like that's what I'm more upset about. We keep shooting ourselves in the foot. Like 0 penalties in the first half. In the second half, we had 7 penalties. Now some of those penalties are ticky tack, not ticky tack, but some of those penalties like the one about the one the one on Dalton Schultz, and then also the one on CJ. I really think that those were, I think the one on Dalton Schultz definitely was a ticket penalty, and I think the one on CJ wasn't a penalty. Like that, the intentional grounding, I don't think that was intentional grounding. Like it was clearly Dalton Schultz was in the area. Like clearly Dalton in the area. Clearly it was a miscommunication. I don't care. Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if the receiver breaks on the ball. Like no, it does matter. It does matter. If CJ's throwing the foot like intentional grounding, Bible intentional grounding. I'm trying to get rid of the football so I won't get sacked. Watch this up. That's what intentional grounding is. If I'm throwing to a receiver and the receiver ran the wrong route, but I'm thinking the receiver's there, I'm not intentionally grounding the football. Key word in the sentence: intentional grounding. If the receiver is in the area that I'm supposed to be throwing in, I'm intentionally grounding the football. By the word, intentional grounding. So it's not intentional grounding. It's stupid. That's dumb. I don't care what they say. I don't care what the NFL says. That's dumb. That's absolute stupid. Absolute dumb. And I don't care. I don't care how they feel about it. I know how I feel about it. It is stupid. It is dumb. It's not intentional grounding, bro. Like, cause I'm mad because when that happened, I really thought the game was over. I said, cause when that happened and we had to punt the football, I said, they're really trying to F us over. They are really trying to screw the Texans. The Texans, of all the teams, the Houston Texans. Like, what is going on? Because we won the H-Town Blues? Let me find out that was a mandate from Amy Adams. The Texans cannot win in those jerseys. They absolutely cannot. Also, sidebar, y'all do know that CJ is defeated in blue jerseys once again. Just a sidebar. But man, like, come on, man. Like for real. Like, come on. That's what we doing? That's how we feeling? That's how we feeling right now. Okay. Okay. And like I said, Kaimi was in the field goal against the Bills in the playoffs back in 2019. Turn around, and that wasn't overtime. Out there, did it again, game-winning field goal again. This time a 59-yarder, and I actually needed it for my fantasy. I got Kaimi on both my fantasy leagues. So he got 2 50-yard field goals. So that's right there is 2 points by itself. Not to mention he got 2 extra points and a what you call it? And a 40-yarder. So hey, Kaimi, and like I said, and Kaimi should have won Special Teams Player of the Month. They gave it to the kicker from Pittsburgh, which was bull. They should have gave Kaimi Special Teams Player of the Month if they were going to give Nico AFC Player of the Month, AFC Offensive Player of the Month, which they gave to Josh Allen, who out here is lost bad games and is not looking like a player of the month by my standards. He doesn't look like a player of the month. Like I said, CJ goes for a lot of yards at 331 yards. Well, that's back-to-back games for 300 because he threw for 300 and then he lost 2 yards to Dari. And then the next play, I think like right there threw an interception. So, but he was able to get his back and threw for over 331 yards. Like I said, touchdown, interception, quarterback rating of 97. Complete percentage of 73. That looks good, but just the two costly mistakes, the interception and the really made this game close and tighter than it should have been. It made this game closer and tighter than it should have been. It shouldn't have been that close or tight. So it made it closer and tighter than it should have been, but it is what it is. Come on, get the ball to Debo. I need Debo to score a touchdown. Why are you giving it to this running back? Give it to Debo Samuels. Give it to Debo. I need Debo to score a touchdown. But like I said, make sure you're hitting the like button when y'all come through. We appreciate that. The Texans win 23-20. They're 4-1. Buffalo drops down 3-2. Like I said, it's a big game. Like I said, it's a big game. It's a big game when it comes to, like I say, playoff standings and seasons. So now we have a record with Buffalo. Because I'm pretty sure the Buffalo Bills are going to win the AFC. What is it, the East? Yeah, the AFC East. I feel like Buffalo's going to win the AFC. I don't think Miami's going to go. And what happened in that Miami-New England game? Because last time I checked, I think like Miami was like down by a point or something like that. The Jets ended to Minnesota. So the Jets. I don't feel like the Jets gonna win the division. I don't think like Miami and what you call it, they're not a factor. I think Buffalo walks away with this division. So you having the time now. Buffalo has to win. Miami won, Buffalo. Appreciate that. But Buffalo is going to have a better record than Buffalo's going to have a better record than us to have. This is Brock Purdy. Buffalo's going to have a better record than us to advance in the playoffs. And as far as like having the better playoff seeding, so we do England next week. Like I said, Buffalo's going to have a better record than us to have a better season than us. So like I said, if it comes down to second seed, third seed, whatever, fourth seed, whatever, we have the tiebreaker over Buffalo. We have the tiebreaker over Buffalo. So, which is going to be huge. That's going to be huge because that's the difference of you being the 4 seed and possibly have to go to Kansas City, or you being the 2nd seed and now in the second round is coming to Houston. Because like I said, the Texans have been to the playoffs 7 times in their playoff history. We've been to the playoffs 7 times. We've only been in as a division leader. We've only been in as an AFC South leader, and as a wild card. Been to playoffs 7 times. We've advanced 5 times in our playoffs. We've advanced in the playoffs 5 times and went to the divisional round. In those 5 years, we played a divisional road. We never played a divisional game at home at NRG Stadium. All of our divisional games have been on the road. At Baltimore, at New England, Kansas City, at Baltimore. Baltimore in 2011, New England in 2012, New England in 2016, Kansas City in 2019, Baltimore last year in 2023. And the Texans won a road playoff game. So we're 0-5 on the road. I want to change that anyway. I don't want to be 0-5 on the road, but most importantly to me, I want to not have a road playoff game. I prefer to play in the confines of NRG Stadium where we control the weather. So we won't be going. I don't want to go. No, I don't want playoffs. I don't want to be in Buffalo, playing in Buffalo when it's cold and they got games postponed to Tuesday because it's a snowstorm and they ain't got nobody to shovel the snow. I don't want that. That's not what I want. I want the Texans to go out there and have inside NRG Stadium where you have 80-degree weather because you got the air conditioning or the heater on whatever degree so you control it. Or boom, you crack open their roof and you got 80-degree weather. However it is, you controlling the climate in the stadium between 70 and 80 degrees, wherever the weather is, wherever the climate you decide to control, you're able to control that. So that's what I want. Like that's what I want. That's what the best optimal thing for the Houston Texans. And you did a step in that direction by beating the Buffalo Bills today and be able to have now the tiebreaker over said Buffalo Bills. So it is what it is. Also, I mean, because you see somebody said prime time. I mean, I know this game. If I'm not mistaken, I think like over 50% was watching this game. It was definitely the market, and the Texans were putting out a good showing in the beginning of the game, but in the second half, started playing like what the Texans have been like this last year. And like this is what the Texans season seems like so far. When you know what I'm saying? Because Thanksgiving coming up. Go Thanksgiving dinner. And somebody who can cook. If it's your grandma, if it's your auntie, if it's your mom, whoever. They can cook. The same dish every year. It's always good. But one time, you got your plate. And it's not nasty. Because it's still good. But it's nowhere near what you know it to be. Like, it's nowhere near, like, whatever it is, if it's the turkey, if it's the dressing, if it's the yams, if it's the mac and cheese, the broccoli and cheese, the dirty rice, the greens, the banana pudding, the pecan pie, the sweet potato pie, cheesecake, whatever it is, whatever it is that y'all eat, that like, if like, hey, that right there, grandma or auntie or mama or whoever, they put their foot in it like that every year. It's a can't miss. That's the start, whatever it is. And this one time, again, it's not nasty, but it's not what you know it to be. You like, I mean, it's cool. Was you missing an ingredient? Like, was you missing something? Did you work overtime and you couldn't? You weren't able to stay up all night and cook. Like, what was it? Like something about it is not the same, and something about it is not what I expected to be. That's what the Texans is like this year. That's what the Texans are like this year. Like, they're actually a good football. Like, to be completely honest, we're a good football team. We are. We're a good football team. Like D'Amico said last year. About, hey, y'all just be a good football team. But guess what? Y'all are a really good football team. Like, the Texans are a good football team. But it is not nowhere near what we expect them to be. It's not nowhere near what we know them to be. Even CJ, in the throwing 73 completion percentage and throwing for 300 yards. This is not what we know CJ to be. I said in week 1, when he threw for over 200 completion percentage, had 2 touchdowns, no turnovers. I was like, it's cool, but something not right. At that time, I didn't know what it was. Something wasn't right. The only person on the Texans that I'm really like, that I'm not is Nico, and then he gets injured today. He has a hamstring, and I know he's been dealing with the hamstring issue actually for the last 2 weeks. I know he was questionable. I know he was limited in practice all the previous week going to the Jacksonville game, and ended up playing and had a monster game. So I know he's been dealing with this and been fighting. And this is the reason why he didn't bet on himself. Like, why he took the contract that he took. That's the reason. That's the reason why he took. That's the reason why he took the contract that he took, was because, hey, it could be a situation out there that something happened. Hey, I could just not. I could be not be available, and now they don't want to pay. And now I gotta find a new team, and I'm not having CJ Stroud as my quarterback or whatever. That's why. Now again, he's playing, and if constantly keeps playing that way, he's like on pace to 2,000 yards and is on pace to basically just like smother the whole the market if he would have been, you know what I'm saying, been on the market able to get a new contract. But this is a situation. Did they block that field goal? Come watch, and I'm watching Arizona and the 49ers. I know they looked up for a field goal and then boom. I just see somebody running for the 49ers with football. Did they block the field goal? Hold on, now I gotta check it out. Hold on, y'all. Shout out to Wise. Wise, you're right. But I agree. I do think Bobby to go. I think Bobby, and I know D'Amico's not gonna fire Bobby mid-season. D'Amico probably not gonna fire Bobby in the season period at the end of the season too. It was a block. It was a block field goal. It was a block field goal. Wow, it was a block field goal. I don't think he'll fire him in the season anyway, but he needs to. I want to see Gerard Johnson call plays. I said this when we hired Bobby Slowick. I said I don't even know about Bobby Slowick, and I don't want to rush Bobby Slowick, but I do think that I do think that Gerard Johnson is going to be the is going to be the best offensive coordinator. I think Gerard Johnson is going to have this offense. And this is without Nico Collins. I mean, this is without Stephon Diggs. And it is, we just drafted CJ. Like, shout out to everybody in the Discord, because I did this several times. Like, it's like, that I thought that Gerard Johnson, I said just like this, not to rush Bobby Slowick, but I'm excited and anticipating when Gerard Johnson becomes the offensive coordinator, because I feel like he can do, especially with the relationship that he has with CJ. And now seeing what I've seen the first 5 games of this season, that and I'm starting to think that more so that last year Bobby Slowick was paid and bailed out by Nico Collins and CJ Stroud, and not that he's a boy genius, he's an offensive guru and all these other silly things and labels they try to give him. That's not what I think is. I think that he's not nowhere near that, and I think that it was basically been bailed out because he had a quarterback and a true number one legit wide receiver that was able to be healthy for the most part last year, and they was able to do it. They was able to do all the things they were able to do. So I think, but yeah, because I think the combination of Bobby Slowick and the penalties are holding back the offense. Defense really held the lead. Oh, leading. Defense really held the lead. MVP favorite. Yeah, that's right. Like the defense really played well. The defense actually did what they need to do outside of outside of the touchdown to Lassiter. That's the touchdown to Keon Coleman on Lassiter. And that's really that's Lassiter. It was one on Lassiter, and we gotta be more disciplined than that. Outside of that, the defense did their job. The defense did their job all day today. The defense actually been doing their job all year. Even the Minnesota game when we gave up them points in the Minnesota game, I didn't blame defense. The defense held their own. Same thing against the Indianapolis Colts. I remember telling my mom, because my mom had called me after the first game. I remember my mom had called me right after the first game, and when we beat the Colts, and she was like, "I see y'all won, but what's our defense?" I said, "Ain't nothing wrong with our." I said, "Ain't nothing wrong with our defense." She's like, "The defense gave up a whole bunch of points." I said, "The defense gave up 3 plays." I said, "Defense actually was keeping us in the game. They just gave up 3 plays. They just gave up 3 big plays." And again, they did give up said 3 big plays, but and some of them was just like AR, like on especially that touchdown he had, that first touchdown he had, AR was just throwing the football up. I mean, really just like AR was just throwing the football up in the air. And then the second one was a play to be made. Like they just throwing the football up in the air. Outside of that, like the defense played well. The defense played phenomenal against Chicago on Sunday Night Football. Defense played well. I mean, you the defense played well against Minnesota. I mean, Wichita threw an interception against Minnesota and put the football in a close range. They scored a touchdown. And Fairbairn missed the field goal. They get the football on 50-yard line. They scored it down. Outside of that, the defense held up their own up until the end. And the offense wasn't doing anything to help the defense out. Same thing last week. The defense held their own last week. You gave you gave Jacksonville a free touchdown off the muff punt, and for the most part, the Texans were able to dominate and like they held under 50%. Like this defense is doing their job. They're holding quarterbacks. They're holding quarterbacks at 57% complete percentage. They're holding quarterbacks to 160 games. And in the day, Josh Allen, who's like you said, the NFL MVP leader, AFC Player of the Month, to 9 for 30 complete percentage, and 131 yards. So you held them under your complete percentage that you're normally giving up because you're normally giving up 58%. You held them to 30%. You normally give up 160 yards. You gave up 131 yards passing. Like the defense has done their job, especially in the passing game. Especially in the passing game. It's just sometimes lapse and you allow some big plays. Because both AR and both AR and Josh Allen, both of those guys are very big play as having. They big plays and they can have big plays at any given time. So you don't want to slip it. And the thing about a defensive player could play perfect 95% of the time. It's that 1-5%. I can have perfect coverage on you the whole entire game. One day I slip, you can get a 70-yard touchdown, and that could be the difference. Like that's what's like defense. Like why what's hard about defense? Like a defender can play the entire game, have one bad play, and that one bad play could be the difference in you winning and losing the game. That one bad play could be to get a team back in. So, and that's what happened. Lassiter had a bad play, and it allowed them a touchdown that was able to get them back into the game. Like offense, you really do play good majority of the time. Like offense, you gotta play good majority of the time. Oh yeah, Stingley did have some nice breakups. You're right about that. Stingley definitely has some nice breakups. But I think our defense played well. Our defense played well enough to win. Obviously, our defense has been playing well enough to win the whole season. It's our offense. It's crazy. With a team with C.J. Stroud and Nico Collins and Tank Dell and Joe Mixon this season and Stephon Diggs. Our offense is the problem. That's like I said. That's why I brought it up. Like it's good, but we sitting like I said. We're sitting here looking like something is not right. Something not tasting right. Something not right. Something is not right. I don't know what she put in this. I don't know what she put on those little bit too much salt. You missing an ingredient, and I guess in this instance, the ingredient that you missing today was Nico Collins. Maybe the ingredient also is that you missing is Jackson. But it seems like you missing something, and that's the reason why. Like because we missing something. Like you missing something. Because this is a good team. They play well for the most part. They do. But it's something about them is not right. But was right. What is right is y'all hitting the like button. That's what's right. Also, what's right is that H-Town Blue. We up here, we an hour in. We ain't even talk about the jerseys yet. So how y'all feeling? How y'all feeling about the H-Town Blue Toro too? How y'all feeling? Let me know what y'all feeling. How y'all feeling about that? How y'all feeling about the H-Town Blue Toro? How y'all feeling about that? H-Town Blue Toro. How y'all feeling about the H-Town Blue? Because Uh, it's clean. But some people, I got some questions. Like Will Anderson. Why Will Anderson got white glove sleeve? Like, there's nothing white in the H-Town blue uniform. Ain't not nothing. We ain't got a white string, a shoestring, a stitch. The Texan logo ain't got white in it. They took out the white in the logo. Like the logo, this is the logo. This ain't a drop of white. And then right here, boom, ain't a drop of white. Like, ain't a drop of white. Look. And a drop. Like, this, look, there's no white in here at all. Why you got on white gloves and on white arm sleeve? And that just it just completely threw off. Just completely threw off. And then also, why was some of them wearing like the dark blue? Man, it should have been. You should only been able to wear the H-Town blue or the red. Those should have been like when it came to all the accessories, the armbands and the gloves and the sleeves. That should have been the only options. That should have been the only options. Maybe not the cleats. I can see somebody wearing the dark blue cleats. I can see blue cleats. I can see that. I can see that. But that's just the only option when it came to the other accessories. Should have been either red or light blue. Cause this is the only time you could wear the light blue. Because we only wearing the H-Town blue jerseys today because we gonna wear our battle red jerseys on we're gonna wear our battle red jerseys against the Lions week 10, November 10th, which is also the greatest day in American history. I don't care what nobody says. I don't care what nobody says. November 10th is the greatest day in American history. I don't care what nobody says. It's the greatest day ever. No, I don't care if you don't like it. I don't care. Cause I said what I said. I said what I said. I said what I said. Cause I said what I said. And November 10th is the best day. So when the Texans play the Detroit Lions on November 10th, just know that's the best day. But anyway, we wear our battle red then, and it has not been confirmed, but like you could kind of like pretty much know that the Texans are going to wear probably a battle red jerseys against what's the people name? The Baltimore Ravens on Christmas Day. So we're not going to see the H-Town blue jerseys again this season. So I mean, we won't see them again the next season unless you're playing on Madden and you put them in the H-Town blue on Madden. But we're not going to see about red jerseys. I mean, we're not going to see the H-Town blue jerseys until then because you can only wear your alternate jerseys a total of 3 times, which I think the NFL. Hopefully, the NFL change the rule and makes it at least 4. At least 4. That way you can wear both alternate jerseys twice. Like, if you wear both alternate jerseys twice, and you still will have your primary home jersey 4 more times. So you still have your primary home jersey you still have your primary home jersey 4 times, and you wear your alternate jersey the other 4 times. Boom. And then if you have a game where like, you have an extra home game, like this year we have an extra road game. Last year we had an extra home game. Next year we'll have an extra home game. So next year, through interception. Damn, Kyler. I love my fantasy league too. Dang it, Kyler. That's the only reason I turned over the Washington Cardinals 49 game. I'm like, okay, I got Colin starting and also got Debo, so I can utilize both of them. And I'm mad because I played Debo and then play Gary Wilson, and Gary Wilson decided to go off. Like Gary Wilson decided to go off today. Like Gary Wilson ain't been doing nothing all year long. They talking about getting Vontae Adams. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna sit Gary Wilson. I'm gonna sit Gary. I'm gonna sit Gary Wilson. I'm gonna start Debo, and especially against Minnesota defense. Anyway, but yeah, but again, I like the jersey. I like them. I seen a lot of people talking. which I knew talking about hey, the Texans want to be the Titans and all that type of stuff like that. Want to be one of us. And I'm like, it's as many teams in the NFL that have the same, they be having the exact same color palettes. Like the Broncos and the Bears have the exact same colorway. Both exactly orange and navy blue. Like the Texans and the Bills are both red, white, and blue, but it's a different shade of blue. They have royal blue. The Texans got navy blue. So I can see somebody not saying that, but the Texans and the Patriots the exact same colors. Even though the Patriots do got gray helmets and they do have silver, but they Texans and the Patriots both have navy blue. Their primary jersey is navy blue and red. No one says anything. No one, like I said, no one, like Chicago and Chicago and Chicago and Denver have the exact same colors. Cardinals and the Falcons have the exact same colors, and both their mascots is birds. They got exactly the Cardinals, the and what you got the exact Cardinals and the Falcons both are red, black, and white. They both red, black, and white. They both have a bird as their logo. Don't nobody say nothing about them trying to copy each other. But yeah, the Texans put some blue trim, like they just trim blue on some numbers. Now we trying to be like another team. Why? I see somebody comment, who wants to be Tennessee? Tennessee. Who wants to be Tennessee? Are we talking about Tennessee whiskey? Strawberry wine? Oh, like Tennessee whiskey. Hey, we talking about Tennessee whiskey? Are we talking about Tennessee whiskey? Are we talking about Tennessee whiskey right now? Who wants to be like Tennessee? Please tell me. Let me know. Who wants to be like Tennessee? Because I don't know any. Though. But I do like the jerseys. Like I'm saying, I would love to see them on prime time. Hopefully next year we get this. Hopefully next year we get some prime time games, some prime time home games, so we can see we can see them in the prime time setting. I definitely want to see them on prime time. I think we'll wear the all. Nah, I don't think so. I think they're wearing the all red because the game against Detroit is classified as battle red. Those are actually the only two that they actually like. Today was classified as H Town Blue Day, and then what you call it is classified as battle red. Uh, um, the game against Detroit is classified as battle red. Those are the only two themes. Like, cause we don't even have a deep steel blue, and I think they said that we're actually gonna be wearing our deep steel blue on like the all blue, like blue jersey and blue pants is gonna be against Green Bay, cause Green Bay is wearing they white against us. Like Green Bay wearing their white helmets, they got their white helmets against us. So they breaking out they white helmets against us. So uh what about to say? So we'll see. Um we'll see. So but I do think that that's going to be the game that we wear the all red, and then like I said, Christmas. I'm just spitballing, but it just to me it makes a lot of sense to wear the red with the white pants, or they could wear all red. They could wear the all red twice. I mean, they could wear the all red twice if they so choose to. I don't think they would, but I mean, it depends. Oh, which I do think I think Battle Red is gonna get the biggest response. Part of the reason why it's gonna get the biggest response because it's gonna be a prime time game. I think the Battle Red jersey is gonna get the biggest response. But who knows? Who knows? They might do something different. I mean, if they clamor for, they might maybe get the H Town Blue get the H Town Blue jersey on Christmas. Who knows? But then again, also this could be a Amy Adams situation too. The reason why we only win the H Town Blue jerseys one, never know. Like you just never know. It could definitely be that. It could definitely be that. It definitely be that. But I like the merch. I mean the H Town Blue merch is clean. Hats is clean. Like the jerseys, like all that stuff is clean. I liked what I seen on the field. I like the jersey. I like the logo, like how they had the H. I was kind of hoping that they would use like the H Town Blue Toro. They would use this H Town Blue Toro. Uh, um, I was hoping they would use that in the middle of the field, but instead I was hoping they would use the H Town Blue Toro in the middle of the field, but instead they used the H, which is cool. I ain't tripping about that, but I kind of was hoping they would use like the H Town Blue Toro. Uh, what was I gonna say? But I mean, it's what it is. I mean, the field was clean, and I'm also hoping that the end zone would have been H Town Blue. Like the end zone would have been like H Town Blue. Like since you can't use it primarily in the jersey, I feel like you should like with the merch and with other stuff, you should try to like that's your way to wiggle around it. And I would use it like in the end zone. Like I would use like the end zone to be primary blue and stuff like that. But that's just me. That's just me. But the Texans defeat the Buffalo Bills in a walk-off field goal fashion, 23-20. That CJ was 28 of 38 for 73.7 completion percentage, 331 yards, one touchdown, one interception, a quarterback rating of 97.6. Gave you 27 yards rushing, a couple of key first down ball, and had a uncharacteristic lost fumble. Cam Akers had 9 rushes for 42 yards and a touchdown. Dari had 15 rushes for 15 rushes for 30 yards. Also had 6 catches for 57 yards. Stephon Diggs was your leading receiver with targeted 8 times, had 6 catches for 2 yards. Nico Collins only was targeted twice, had 2 catches for 78 yards and a 60-yard touchdown, but pulled up, had a hamstring issue on that touchdown. Left in the first quarter, wasn't able to return. Tank Dell was targeted 4 times, had 4 catches for 38 yards. Xavier Hudson was able to get in the mix, was targeted 3 times for 2 catches for 31 yards. Dalton Schultz was targeted for 4 catches for 34 yards. The Houston Texans defense held Josh Allen to 9 for 30 for 30%, 131 yards, 1 touchdown, no turnovers though. 56 quarterback rating and had 54 yards on the ground. Cooks had 20 carries for 82 yards and a touchdown. Keon Coleman was targeted 5 times, but only got 1 catch for 49 and a touchdown. Dalton Kincaid was targeted 6 times, had 2 catches for 34 yards, and Hollins was targeted 6 times for 2 catches for 27 yards. Like I said, the defense was able to hold their own, was able to keep Josh Allen making huge plays outside of that 149-yard touchdown that they had. Outside of that, he was able to hold his own and allow the Texans defense to able to keep themselves around. The Texans offense just got cashed in. They cashed in the first half. They wasn't able to cash in as fluently in the second half. That was the problem, kind of the difference. That also zero penalties in the first half. Second half, they revert back to their old ways, their undisciplined ways. Had penalties for 64 yards. You can't win games like that. You're averaging 10 penalties a game. You cannot win football games against good football teams constantly giving penalties. And again, this game right here, almost cost you. You allow, and again, like I said, you can't beat good teams giving up those penalties. And today actually isn't as though, even though you beat a good football team by having penalties, you see what you did. You dominated with no penalties, how you were able to dominate. Second half, you allowed them back to the game. You allowed them back into the game. Luckily, your defense was able to do what they were able to do to Josh Allen. Because if Josh Allen played any similar Josh Allen type game, the Texans easily lose this game, especially because the penalties that they had in the second half and the way the play calling that Bobby Slowick had as well. Appreciate everybody that came through here. Everybody hit the like button. If you ain't right now, if you haven't hit the like button already, make sure you hit it right now. Give you a little time. If you haven't hit the like button, I'm gonna give you some time. Hit the like button. Man, Washington out there. Washington is balling. Washington is balling. The fan, this girl of Washington was rubbing the back of the Cleveland Brown fan because they had a bag on their head, and then they hugged them. Wow. That's funny. That's funny. The Cleveland Brown fan was rubbing the back. The Cleveland Brown fan was rubbing the back. I mean, the Washington fan was rubbing the back of the Cleveland Brown fan, and and then gave him a hug after. Wow, that's funny. That's real funny. That's real funny. But as I mentioned, like button, hit the like button already. Everybody appreciate everybody that's sending the super chat. Definitely appreciate the super chat love. Definitely appreciate that. A win's a win. I don't want to sound too down because a win is a win. I'm actually am happy about the win, honestly. You know, just telling y'all my thoughts. Because I felt this team almost they let a potential dominant win slip, and Jags won 37-34. Uh, they let a potential dominant win slip through their fingers, and they almost let a win in general slip through their fingers, and that's alarming. And you don't want that because you can't win games in the constantly like that. But like I said, appreciate everybody that came through. Everybody that came through the love. Definitely appreciate y'all coming here. Appreciate everybody hit the super chat love. Definitely appreciate that. Everybody hit the like button. I definitely appreciate that as well. I'll be going live on Friday doing a preview going into the New England game, Texans versus the New England Patriots. We're gonna do a look into that game exactly. We're gonna do a look into that game, exactly how things going, what to look out for, what to exploit. Don't get caught because now the Texans have opportunity now to stack some wins together again against New England Patriots because Green Bay's in 2 weeks. So I mean, there's a chance you should be going into New England. I mean, going into Green Bay at 5-1. That puts you in a massive situation. A massive situation going up against the Green Bay Packers and able to put yourself in a situation where you could put a stranglehold over this division, and put yourself in a situation where you could be hosting not just one but multiple playoff games, that you could be hosting division round potential championship games at NRG, and you don't have to go on the road and play it on the road. This is where you got to start doing things like that. You got to start doing that. You got to start doing that. You got to start doing that. Like I said, appreciate everybody that came. So y'all pull up on Friday. I haven't got time yet, but make sure y'all pull up on Friday. We're gonna do a live preview game on Friday, and then y'all already know after the game on Sunday, right here, immediately after the game, right here, talk about, we're gonna break down what we just seen, what we just witnessed, how we feeling about the game, and are we feeling better? Are we feeling better? And also, before I go, too, I got shout out Texas Tech Red Raiders. You know what I'm saying? Hey, 5-1. Hey man, say man, listen man, shout out to them Red Raiders. Kind of similar to the night, kind of similar day, because Texas Tech, we was up in the 3 in the first half, and then we was up 18-3 in the first half, ended up winning 28-22. That's what happened. So kind of similar to that. Was up 18-3 in the first, and almost let the game slip away, but we was able to come away with the win. Yes, last night, just like Texas, like the Texans were able to walk away and come away with a win tonight. So appreciate everybody that came through here. Appreciate everybody that came through and show all the love and support. Make sure y'all pull on Friday, and also y'all pull up right here after the game on next week. All right.